back. That was a great interview. I think we need more black greeting cards in stores.
Yes.
And I actually talked to her, so she's working on the black wrapping paper, Christmas wrapping paper.
Oh, wow. Nice, nice.
But guess who we have up next?
Who do we have next, Chris?
Gary with the T.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on. He needs no introductory. Gary with the T. Darling. Woo! Cheers, honey. Mwah. Mwah. Yes.
You looking fabulous, girl.
Yes, honey. So do you, honey.
All of your pink green, your AKA?
I wish. I wouldn't stay in college long enough.
Yeah, so how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Gary, how you look good?
You know what? Thank you, honey. You know, I'm just, like co-host was saying, we've been trying to get you here for the longest. I said, well, girl, I am here now.
Yes.
Jesus said, come today.
Okay.
And he told me to come today, and I'm here.
Gary, I got to ask, because, you know, Gary got so much tea in his bag. Baby, acquiring minds want to know. Mm-hmm. I want to know this for myself. What made you decide to be a radio talk host?
Let me tell you. Mm-hmm. It started, because I started radio in 1989. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all people probably weren't even born. Ooh. But, you know, Momma Dee, I started by calling the radio station.
For real?
I moved to Dallas from my hometown, Port Arthur, and I called the radio station. And the DJ was Russ Park.
Oh,
and I don't know what I told Russ at that time, but I would just call and just talk to him and stuff, and he laughed. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, he laughing. So, you know, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe something I said was funny. So every day, honestly, every day I would call the radio station, and I would just talk to him. So until one day, he was going out on a remote. You know, they would go out in the community and do stuff. So they invited me out for the remote. So I would go out to the remote for the remote and meet him and just hang out with him. Yeah. And back then, it would not, if I was to do it today, you would call it a groupie. Okay. But it wasn't called a groupie back then. I was just talking to him. So one thing led to another. He would pay me $20. So he would give me my little $20, and I was happy for my little $20. Or he'd give me, or he'd give me tickets to different events and what have you. And it started from there.
Really?
It started from me just calling in.
Though. It's just so you. Don't y'all think, ladies and gentlemen, it's just so Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, you have been entertaining. You have been encouraging. Sometimes when you go on your personal thing, you go live and you talk, honey. If can't nobody in this city spill tea, it's Gary.
That's right, baby. My
Gary
tea with
spill
lemon
some
juice.
Tea. Yes, honey. And,
yes.
Yeah, hold the lemon, honey. Because we don't like absorbing our jaws.
Well, I give you with prune juice, bitch. It'll run through you.
Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Yes it will. Yes it will. Yes. The eyes have it, honey. So, Gary, another thing. What if I can ask you? Give us a tea. Give us pour some, because I got a cup with some, but my cup runneth over. So pour it back again. Give us a little juicy.
Well, you know, now, so today, because, you know, believe it or not, once I talk about the stuff I talk about on the radio, it's over. I don't remember it. People say, what's the color today? I'm like, I don't remember it, because I just do it. Yeah. You know, but now, one of the things today that stood out with me was the stuff that's going on with Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. Now, you know, Dwayne Wade, you know, he came back and he's speaking out finally about the situation where he and Gabrielle, where she said that she paid half the bills. And a lot of people was upset, said, girl, you pay half the bills, honey, he rich, you don't need to be paying half the bills or whatever. But the backstory to that was, see, Dwayne was doing an interview with somebody, and he said something about, well, because I got to go to my house or whatever. And he said that to her. And she said, don't you ever do that to me again. Don't you ever say anything about my house. You know, because she's a self-proclaimed person. She's a well-established millionaire herself and stuff. But, you know, sometimes people have a tendency of saying my. And, you know, and that she kind of got offended by it. So she said, now, since you're saying your house, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go half on the bills. So it's going to be our house. So that's where that came from, you know, because with him saying my house. And, you know, and people do that too, you know, because I mean, because if it's your house.
I've done it.
Okay,
I'm
you see,
guilty.
you see, and if you're with a man or whatever and stuff, and it's not his house, he may have felt offended because you said my house, because, you know, we'll put you out of my house quickly, you know. So that's where it started from, but I understood it, but I don't think I'd be paying half the damn bills because after what he did, you remember now, honey, when they broke up in his house, he had a breakup baby. He got with another woman and had that baby. So, so girl, I'm not
Ooh,
paying.
honey, Gary just full of tea, ain't he?
So I'm not paying half the bills. I'm going to live in your house. It's going to be our house still, and you're going to pay the bills. So if you decide to have another break, baby,
Okay.
so it ain't going to be out of my money, because remember, if her money's going to our house, that means, honey,
she
when
helping taking care of that baby.
Thank you. So that money going out of your house to her house. So.
And like I say, I'm guilty of the same thing. I've done my husband Ernest the same way, because of course I make more than he does, and we would get into little squabbles. And honestly speaking, I would say mine.
Yeah.
Like I could spell that backwards. Mine, and it was mine because I paid for it.
Yeah.
But that didn't make it right to say that to him in front of people, or even when it's just me and him. That's still because for a man likes to know he's got leadership in the home.
Exactly.
But sometimes our black men, they get so caught up with being taken care of, because women, we're so nurturing, and we become mothers to some of these men, and motherly. And we forget, and we nurture them so much, we kind of spoil them. And then these men get to another relationship, and they think, I'm supposed to take care of them. No, boo, you better go back where you take care of, because Momma Dee ain't finna do it. I just don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
No, I was broken arms and crooked legs, honey.
Nah, I was in a situation where when I was living in Houston, and I met this guy, and he wanted me to move in with him. And I thank God I've never been a dumb punk.
Oh.
Ain't no way in hell I'm going to move with you and leave my little apartment that I barely got because my credit was bad, and honey, live in your damn house and help you pay your mortgage. And when your ass get tired of me, you put me out.
No. They ain't gonna rocking like that. We ain't rocking like that.
No, so honey, I stayed in my apartment.
Okay. What is your future plans?
You know, Momma Dee, believe it or not, I don't think that far ahead. And I know it may sound crazy, but you know, when people say future plans, it's not so much that I live from day to day, but I do live from day to day. Because I can't plan that far ahead, because I mean, you know, life is short, number one, and you know, we have to live from day to day, but it's good also to have future plans. But as for the future, what Gary want to do in the future, I don't know. I just want to be alive and just continue living and doing what I do and stuff, and what happens, happens.
Yeah, and you do it good. He does it good.
Because we always planning. We always planning, for the future and stuff like that. Some people say, "Oh, girl, in 5 years, bitch, I'm gonna go get me a car." 5 years?
5?
No, girl, can you get this car today?
Okay.
Let's get it today.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And I want y'all to know, I have been on the RICKEY SMILEY show several times.
Yeah.
I even co-hosted on the morning show. You know, Momma Dee love a corn, honey. And Gary and RICKEY were very good to me. RICKEY has also been traveling, and when I came out with that song, I Deserve, RICKEY just fell over wheels with that one.
And we played the mess out of it.
Yes, you played the mess there, honey. Yes, girl. And you know, RICKEY and Gary, they really help a lot of other people in the community. I don't know if people know that. RICKEY and Gary are like fans of other people trying to be somebody in life. Yeah. Like I was just starting out on VH1 Loving Hip Hop Atlanta, and when I got to the radio station that early in the morning, they just made me feel so comfortable to co-host and everything, even though I should have been had Portia job and but you know, Momma Dee got some poison too, honey.
Okay.
I love it, but I love the mess. I love the mess.
The mess is good, but I mean, long as you keep it, I feel you keep it exactly. Let's contain it and stuff. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not Wendy Williams, but I love her dearly, and I hate what she's going through.
Me too.
You know, and because it's like a fall from grace.
Yes.
Girl, you were here, and now you're just down. But one of the reasons why I feel that she got down because that damn husband of hers.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. That
yeah,
husband
I know
helped
it did.
He helped her.
Because we didn't know anything about the alcohol until after he pulled his mess.
Exactly.
And
honey.
I think by her talking about other people's mess in their marriages and relationships, and she put everybody on Front Street. Then when it came to her, she disappeared for a while, and other people helped co-host, and then she came back. But I don't think she actually came back. You understand?
No, she
like,
didn't come back.
She couldn't get a grip.
She couldn't
get her bearings.
Because you remember the Momma Dee more so too because that baby. Now you remember they said when they said told her
anybody can sleep
husband
with somebody, but be reminded of it
every day. And they said she told him that he could have all the women he want, don't bring no baby. Well, he brought a baby.
Yeah, he did.
And honey,
he did that.
The baby mama started coming
Chanel.
out, honey, and showing all the stuff, honey, driving Rolls Royces and things that he bought for us. So that devastated her.
Yeah, it would me too.
Yeah, it would. You and me both. You know, so it was a sad thing, though.
I think she did good because I would have burnt him to the cross, honey. I'm going to tell you now, Momma Dee believes in getting even.
Oh.
Baby, I like upon a dream, honey.
But it was a sad thing, but I was saying that to say that, you know, I think, to me, like, in this entertainment business, honey, I think it's enough for everybody.
Yeah, it
Number
is.
one, it's enough for everybody. And my thing is this, honey, what you do, I might can't do, and what I could do, you might can't do. And my thing is, but we just do our thing and what have you.
But, you know, I feel like some type of way, I think she's always drunk alcohol like all of us have.
Yeah.
But it just had her going down and down, and she couldn't get a grip, you know, on it. And by the way, I've been 6 months clean of alcohol.
Really? Well, congratulations, honey. Yeah, congratulations, honey. That's good.
When I tell you life is something else that, you know, we're not VH1 anymore. We're MTV and going through a lot. And I don't know if anybody watched last night, the opening show. Yeah, I'm still crunked up about that. But because I keep it real. I don't care, you know.
It's not that you don't care, you care, but you're not going to let this, I'm going to let you know how it is.
I'm not going to let nobody drag my son. Not, you know, and doing what they doing, but don't want to let the world know about their dirt.
Exactly.
I don't mind telling people about my dirt because I know Jesus died on the cross for mine, okay? And he rose on the third day, did he not? All right, honey.
And, you know, and that's the way it is like on our shows, too. I mean, my thing is, honey, girl, it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to say I got to tell you every damn thing, but I'm gonna tell you enough because I'm not to be embarrassed about. Right. When I went through cancer, honey, I went to work every day and I talked about it. Yes, I went through colon cancer, honey, and
it's gone.
Yes,
baby, ain't that God won't he do it? Won't Jesus do it? Yes, he will.
And I talk about it on the radio and I talk about it on TV because my thing is this. I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed about. When I talk about my bipolarism, I take lithium every day.
Honey, get the chain, honey. Lock me and Gary down, honey. We on the loose.
But I mean, because there's nothing to be ashamed about. I'm like, nothing. I mean, girl, it is what it is.
I brag on it because, me too, I tell people in a hot second, I am bipolar. I was diagnosed in 98, and I don't take no medication, so just leave me alone.
Oh, shit. Well, I take mine. Girl, I take my lithium every day. Because if I don't take my lithium, girl, I go from 0 to 1 within a second, honey.
Really?
So I have to take it. I've been taking lithium now for over 30 years. You know, and that's like Ricky know about it. Ricky knows if I don't take my medicine, he will aggravate me, girl, and he know I'll go off on him, honey, quickly. But I mean, but it's nothing to be ashamed about. But I mean, but everybody can't be strong, so I guess some people keep it. But when I went through the cancer, honey, I went through my radiation and my chemo, and I went to work every day. Every day, I didn't miss it because I say I'm not gonna sit at home and look at the walls. And honey, that's how some people just die because they just, you know, because they just stay locked up in the house or whatever. And so, but I didn't want pity parties. Because the pity party to me is just like going to a funeral. Like I always say, when somebody in my family died, honey, don't come to me patting me on the back. Oh, I'm so sorry, because that makes it worse. Yes. Girl, just come on to the funeral if you're going to come with it, and let's go through. Let me go home and close the doors, and, you know, I'll talk when I'm ready. Yes. You know, but we all can't deal with that. We all can't do that. So, but it is what it is, though. But I don't think a lot of this stuff is to be ashamed about. So, you know, it is what it is, because everybody going through something.
That's true. Gary, I have a question for you. With the, since you brought up Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, what do you think about their son-daughter and the transgender?
Yeah, let me tell you something. And stuff like that. One thing about me, honey, I don't talk about gay stuff. Because the simple reason why, because every gay ain't the same.
Sure ain't.
And my thing is, honey, I don't want these girls calling me, girl, you said this about this, that. Because when I came out, we didn't have all that. But now it's a different day and time. Everybody, you know, do it. If you want to wear your dress.
Acceptance is more.
Exactly, it's more acceptance. But I still tell people, though, acceptance, we're doing more acceptance now, but are you really accepting? You know, because people say, you know, because, honey, like they say, when you're in Rome, you do like the Romans do. The world still is heterosexual. So That's why you don't get me doing all that stuff. Oh, Miss Thing, bitch, blah, 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 blah. I don't do all that because that's not who I am, number one. And I still know I work with heterosexual people. So, you can't bring all your shit to them. Because I work with them. When I worked with Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, Russ Parr, Margaret, when I work with all these people, these are still heterosexual men. I can't impose myself upon them because this is their stuff. And, and honey, you be a little bit too real, like everybody talking about, we accept. Be too real, them, and see how long you keep your job. I've been doing this now for 30-something, honey. So how many other girls been doing it this long? So, you just, and it's not that I'm not trying to be who I'm not, but govern yourself accordingly.
Yes.
So that's just me. That's just me.
My grandson, my oldest grandson, came out to me about 2 months ago.
Oh, really?
And told me and I told him, I said, I love you. Grandmama's gonna accept you for whatever. And if somebody say something, just let me know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I love him, and I want him to know that with loving him comes acceptance, comes acknowledgement, comes agreeing that you can't help who you love. You can't help who you love.
And who you are. Because when my parents found out about it, because my psychiatrist told my parents, about me, because when I had my first breakdown, when they discovered the bipolar, and my dad and mama and my uncle came to the hospital, and they talked to my parents. Oh, Lord, the water say, honey, fall. And my dad and them talked to the doctor and stuff, and he told me he felt that was one of the things I was going through and I wanted to tell them, which it really wasn't. But I'm glad he told it.
Yeah.
Because once he told that to them, it made me... It lifted a burden. I was able to be me. That's how I'm able to sit here now and talk. I was able to be me. And it's a lot of gays today can't be themselves because their parents don't accept them or people just not accepting of it. So that's why you get more suicide, you get more drag queens, you get more, some of everything because people confused.
And just so you know, that's why the houses came to be. When you in the gay community, they says the mother, the father, the aunt, because their own families would not accept them and their sexuality, so they created a family within the family.
Exactly. Oh, you know about it.
Oh, yes, I know about them houses. Them houses are very powerful. Let me tell you another thing. Them houses signing checks, so be careful what you say. So what I was raised to do and be is to love everybody, to accept people for who they are, not who I think they should be or want them to be. Love everybody, because love people like Christ loved the church, because he loves us all. And only thing that makes us different is his sexuality is different, mine's different than his, but we still are God's children.
Yeah.
We still, and we're liable to fall, but he sent us a comforter. He sent us some tools to help grow, to nourish each other, to find a lot of people. They see me on TV and they don't know that Momma Dee loves the Lord with all my soul and all that is within me. Bless his holy name.
Yeah.
And people don't see that because they critique the reality show to see when Momma Dee mad at somebody. Okay, give or take. Yeah, Momma Dee can get raunchy when I want to. But I do love God. And I do acknowledge him in all thine ways.
Exactly. And, and that's definitely good. And believe it, and I'm the exact same way. Because my thing is, and I'm sure you probably, I don't have to wave a flag to profess my Christianity to you.
You sure don't.
Because I just said, let your light shine. And the Lord knows us better than we know ourselves.
Yes.
So that's why I don't worry about it. When people be saying Adam and Eve and not Adam and Eve, don't even bother me. Because I'm like, child, whatever, honey.
Christ said, follow my 10 commandments, and we don't do that either.
Thank you.
So don't judge unless what? Ye be judged, and those without sin, throw the first stone. But that's all right, Gary. Let them throw a stone, because guess what? I go pick a big city brick up.
Okay.
I'm going to throw it right in.
Okay.
Sure
and when I really want to get ugly with people, I tell them all the time. They say, oh, yeah, that fag. I say, honey, you make the money I make, baby. You would want to be a fag, too.
Okay. No, yes, honey. I heard them, honey, about them intimates, honey. They do some things to each other that a man and woman can't do, honey. It'll make you change your whole plate around. Yes, God. And that's the truth. And
back to your question, too. And another thing, too, that's different, too, and this is how people don't realize, everything is different, especially look at Dwayne Wade's son. Look at Magic Johnson's son. They're two different people.
I guess the main point was, because he's so young, do you really think a child that young, and it's,
like sex change.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? That's interesting.
And that's a very interesting topic. And, honey, I try not to deal with too much of that or whatever. But I will say though, it's very interesting though, because like we said, a child that young don't even have a driver's license.
Right.
You don't even have a right. You can't even buy a beer. Yeah. So how do you know? Because you know the queens will be attacked. Oh, girl, hey, no. But how do you know, girl, that you want to be a woman and something? And sometimes I feel this is just me with a camera at. Me. This is just me.
Look at that one right there,
This is just me.
Gary, look at that.
I just feel sometimes they pushing. I felt like Gabrielle, you kind of sometimes pushing it. It look like she's always doing it with him. But what about your child? What about Lil Scrappy? Ain't nobody doing nothing with her. But it's like you pushing it. And I just don't know. I just think that's a little bit much.
Yeah.
But that's them, you know. But I never wanted to be a woman. You know, I'm just who I am. But it's just, you know, and we're in this different day and time now, you know, honey. You know, all the plastic surgery and all the sex changes. So, honey, that's new. I think we got more money now.
Yeah.
And we could do it. So.
Because a long time ago, only the rich and famous were doing it.
That's right.
We've been around for centuries. But black people just started getting a hold to it in the late 80s and stuff, and with the tracks and all that kind of, they've been around.
And because this is something, it's funny we're talking about this, so I know we're off the subject, but I'll never forget how I thought about, you know, with the butt implants and all that stuff. Now, I'll never forget, honey, going to the gym, and you saw a white woman, and her butt was a little bigger than normal.
Yeah.
And you're like, girl, she must be working out or doing something. But we didn't know that her ass had surgery. But the black girls hadn't got whip of it yet. And, you know, and then the black men was chasing her down like she just fell out the sky.
Yeah.
So she was something that, oh, I got to have her.
Like they do them Kardashians.
Exactly.
I see it.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, it's the truth.
Yeah.
And then, so once we found out about it, these are butt
Kim didn't
implants
wake
and
up
stuff.
like that.
Oh, exactly.
I'm just saying.
She didn't. But when we found out about that these girls were having these surgeries and stuff, then the poor black woman decided, well, shit, if he liked the white woman, all this ass, let me go get mine done. And then that's where all I feel this stuff came from. And black women already had big butts, but they wouldn't do this because they had to compete. Because Leroy wanted Becky.
Yeah.
He didn't want Keisha no more. And that's how I look at it, you know. And Kim.
Yeah. Yeah. Kardashians.
I call them the Kardashians, honey. The Kardashians, honey.
Yeah, so. God, they don't know why people think them girls woke up like that. No, they didn't.
Well,
Momma Dee didn't either.
No, but you know, honey, black men like anything that's not black.
I know. I don't know why. Well, Gary, ladies and gentlemen, Gary, I got something for you. I can't understand.
We'll take a break.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, we're going to take a break, and we'll get back to Momma Dee, where church meets streets. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Back to Church and Street with your queen herself, Momma Dee. So, Chris, I heard there's some questions that's coming from the audience. We call that the Q&A.
Yes. So I am here with Latay, and she has a question for you, Momma Dee.
Okay.
Momma Dee, I would like to know, what was the turning point in your life that took you from street to church?
Other than the Red Dogs running me down on Cleveland Avenue, me and my girls, I got tired of running. And, you know, I also recognized that if I go to jail, my seed will have no help. And so I did it too manually because I was a nurse by trade. And then I was in a head-on collision in '96. And a left patella fracture, a left agitator fracture. And it took me almost 3 years to fully walk by myself without help. And so with that, I remember, and this is just real honest speaking, I asked my mom to help me with a Georgia Power bill. And she's a school teacher. Now, mind you, the nursing part stopped when I couldn't work no more. So she gave me the money to pay the Georgia Power bill, but she wanted her money back. So I said, I'm giving another welfare check the next month, and then I got to pay her back the $186. Then they're still taking from them bills that coming next month. So I said, I tell you what, I'm going to go buy me some dope, and I'm going to buy it as small as I can. I bought an 8-ball, cut it up, flipped it, then bought a quarter, cut it up, flipped it, bought a half, cut it up, flipped it, bought a cookie, and I got bigger and I got bigger. And then I got a couple of girls to work the streets for me, and then I began to eventually get 2. I ended up with 15. Now, the rumor in the street was, back in the day, that Momma Dee, and forgive me for using this word, but that's what it was, that Momma Dee had 29 hoes. She retired because she couldn't get 30, meaning that 30 broad took me through something. So at the end of the day, I only had 15, but I had them strong. I had 3 drug traps that I worked. I very seldom got sleep, then trying to raise 2 small kids. But I wanted Scrappy and my daughter, Jasmine, to have the best like other kids had. And I knew they were at a disadvantage by me couldn't be a nurse anymore and work. So I said, Lord, don't remove my mountain, but give me the strength to climb. Don't take away my stumbling blocks, but lead me on. And a light went out, and I said, my Henry Street's doing wrong. If I go to prison, my seed won't have no help. So I had to make a decision to lock down, stop it, and then a year later, I had been paying for Scrappy's studio time, and he was at a teen clinic, club rather, and Lil John walked in, and he seen all these kids, these teenagers doing this, put their hand with their fist, and they said, "Who is this boy? Well, all these hundreds of teenagers just." And he got influence, so they snatched him up, and I helped him sign with being me. And so that was the beginning of me stopping doing the wrong I was doing in life. And I thank God for that, because I could have ended up in prison doing what I was doing. So, and I asked God to forgive me for my transactions. Yeah. Mm.
We are here with Dwayne, and Dwayne has a question for Gary with the T.
Yeah.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Dwayne.
So I have a question. I noticed that Ricky Smiley has tried to replace you a few times. So I just want to know, is there a feud between the two of you?
Actually, it really wasn't so much of a replacement. Okay. Ricky always bring in stray dogs.
Yeah. He's known for that one.
Yes, he's known for that. So, but the thing about it is, though, like I tell people, I can't be replaced. Now, you could find any other punk in the world and put them in my seat, but they won't be me.
Sure won't.
So that's how I look at it. But Ricky and I, me and Ricky been together for 15 years. Because I was Ricky's personal assistant before I was on his show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I used to do all his work and everything for him, before I got on the show. But, sometimes Ricky gets crazy. And, he'll put voices on there, and I guess kind of maybe stir you up. But,
yeah.
No, but we good.
He good.
Thank you for asking.
So, Gary, since that's over the Q&A, I'd like to thank you for coming by.
Anytime.
And you got to have me back on the radio show, because I got some tea I need to speak
because
about our show.
Yeah, well, Brad is about to leave.
Yeah, she got on maternity leave.
So you just, honey, call her Ricky, they'll put you on.
I ain't got to come on with no stomach now. Momma Dee ain't got no stomach. I
you
can't
sure
compete
don't?
with the brat, honey, with the rat, tat, tat, tat.
But you remember, you did it before she was on. So, you can always, come on and stuff,
yes,
I'm sure.
I know the guidelines, honey.
Exactly.
No cursing.
Yeah, well, because we're a Christian show.
So I know, yeah. You would think it's a Christian show, honey. Yes, honey. We'll get fined, honey.
Yeah.
Me and you been paid $1 million.
Okay. Then we'll really be on the streets, honey.
Oh, yeah, we will be.
Back from the church to the streets.
Okay. So, Gary, I'd like to thank you for coming by and being a guest of mine. I truly love you. And people always listen to Ricky Smiley and Gary Show. I call it the Ricky Smiley and Gary Show, because Gary with the tea, honey. Ain't nothing like some sweet tea.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have something to give you.
Oh, really?
Bye. Yes. Oh. This is just a little thing of my love.
Oh, well,
for
thank
you.
you. Honey.
Yes.
Thank you,
Honey,
Momma
these
Dee.
heels are so cold.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything has to be purple and gold, honey.
Yes. That's all right, honey. And I want to thank all, the audience and stuff, and for coming and what have you.
Yes.
And everybody nice, honey. And I want to thank you, honey, for having me. So,
do you come back?
Yeah, honey, anytime.
So I want
it's
you to
close
watch
to my
the
house.
show. Yeah, look, but it's the show just came on yesterday. So keep watching, and we'll have Gary back.
Yeah.
And we're gonna let Gary spill his tea and his outtake on our show.
Oh, all right then. Well, thanks again,
Thank
darling.
you. Yes, love you much.
Love you too.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Yes, Lord. Jesus is a rock, honey, in a weary land, honey.
Yes.
Thank you.
And ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen,
honey.
we will
Thank
be
you.
back with Church and
okay.
Street with Momma Dee.